All right, welcome to this explainer. Listen, if you're a home service contractor, whether you're building fences, landscaping, fixing HVAC systems, or remodeling kitchens, and you are seriously ready to scale your operations, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're tackling a massive bottleneck that is quietly but constantly draining their profits. And more importantly, we're going to look at the exact technology that can fix it practically overnight.
Okay, let's dive into this. Be honest with yourself for a second here. How many high-value jobs did you lose to a competitor just this week simply because you couldn't pick up the phone? Picture this. You're elbow-deep fixing a pipe under a sink, or you're balancing up on a roof measuring for shingles, and your phone rings. You literally can't answer it. By the time you climb down, wipe your hands off, and call them back an hour later, they've already booked someone else. The urgency of these missed opportunities, it's the silent killer of home service businesses.
Section 1. The Contractor's Dilemma. Balancing the work and the sales.
As a business owner, you're constantly caught in this tug-of-war between growing your revenue and the exhausting day-to-day realities of being on the job site. You just can't be swinging a hammer and playing receptionist at the exact same time. And look, you weren't alone in this. Across the board, contractors share these exact same daily struggles. Pool builders and painters are constantly battling seasonal demand fluctuations, feasting in the summer, starving in the winter. We see high overhead costs stretching profit margins incredibly thin for insulation and deck contractors. And then there's the absolute burnout of wasting time on tire kickers, people who just aren't ready to buy. That leads to the pure exhaustion of driving all the way across town to do manual, free quoting for leads that go absolutely nowhere.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core of the problem. Your current process probably relies pretty heavily on word of mouth, physically driving to those manual site visits, and slashing your prices with seasonal discounts just to keep the lights on during the slow months. The frustration that comes from that? Well, you're wasting precious time, and you're spending money on local advertising with a totally uncertain return on investment. Ultimately, all of this just leads to severe burnout from trying to manage high-touch customer expectations without any kind of safety net.
Moving to Section 2, the Leaky Sales Funnel. Because missed calls directly cost you jobs.
You might be dropping serious cash on great marketing, getting awesome reviews on local directories, and generating a ton of interest. But there is a major hidden cost here. The very second a call goes unanswered because you're busy, or maybe because it's after hours, that expensive marketing lead leaks right out of your funnel. Here is the harsh reality of the modern consumer. Customers just don't leave voicemails anymore. They hang up and they call the next local competitor on the list. When a homeowner's AC breaks in the middle of a sweltering summer, or they finally decide to build that custom deck, they want instant help. If they search online and see 5 companies with great reviews, their deciding factor isn't who is the absolute best, it's who answers the phone first. The first contractor to pick up wins the job, period.
Which brings us to Section 3. Enter your AI Receptionist, your 24/7 solution.
So how do we plug this leaky bucket and actually protect your hard-earned profit margins? Well, enter your AI Receptionist. This is the definitive modern solution designed for home service businesses looking to capture every single opportunity without having to miraculously clone yourself or hire an incredibly expensive 24-hour staff. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we are definitely not talking about some clunky robotic press 1 for sales answering machine. No way. This is an intelligent system custom-trained on your specific company. It sounds amazingly human, it's available 24/7, it never calls in sick, and it never has a bad day. It can even handle multiple conversations at the exact same time, meaning no customer is ever put on hold. Plus, it's actually familiar with advanced sales and closing techniques to actively warm up your leads. It is literally a tireless, round-the-clock sales assistant.
Let's walk through exactly how seamless this workflow is for your customer. The AI answers the call instantly, no matter what time of day it is. Then, it immediately pre-qualifies the lead based on your ideal customer criteria. It can even calculate an initial quote range, making sure their budget actually aligns with your pricing, before finally booking the appointment directly onto your calendar and sending a reminder. This completely filters out those tire kickers before they ever take up a single second of your schedule.
All right, Section 4. The ROI of 24/7. Let's talk about maximizing those profits.
So, does this actually make financial sense for your business? Well, think about it. Customer demand doesn't magically just stop when you close your doors at 6 p.m. Being the only business in your area that can process calls overnight gives you almost 100% of that after-hours market demand. 30. That is the average number of missed calls a busy contractor might recover each and every month simply by implementing this AI system. 30 potential customers who previously would have moved straight onto your competitor.
So the crucial point here is the math. Let's say out of those 30 recovered calls, the AI pre-qualifies them and you only convert a fraction, let's say 5 new jobs. If your average job is a $5,000 custom pool repair or an HVAC install, that is $25,000 in recovered revenue every single month. The net profit increase is just staggering. It pays for itself almost instantly by converting calls that were entirely lost to you before, and honestly, it's vastly cheaper than hiring, training, and employing a human receptionist round the clock.
Finally, Section 5. Claim your market share. Proactive lead generation.
Let's see how this builds, because it doesn't just stop with inbound calls. This technology actually empowers you to go on the offensive. You likely have a database sitting there full of old contacts, right? The AI goes way beyond just answering the phone. It maximizes the marketing spend you've already invested. It can proactively reach out via voice or SMS to unsold leads and re-engage them. It can contact your old customers to secure new, recurring work, or prompt past clients to leave valuable online reviews and referrals. It's actively taking leads you paid for months ago and turning them into brand new sales completely hands-free.
Listen, do not let another high-value job slip away to a competitor simply because you were too busy doing the actual work. To answer the phone. If you're a contractor who is ready to automate your growth and secure your market share, take action right now. Visit the website at webservicespro.co. Call or text 571-297-7559 or shoot an email to owner@webservicespro.co. Just think about it. If your AI is answering all the calls your competitors are missing, what will you build with all that extra market share?